Hi everyone, welcome to this video tutorial. Here we are going to be talking about the home menu. So we have the clipboard, font, paragraph, style, and editing. Now this small arrow is telling the user that you can get more menu over this certain part of the clipboard. The same thing goes for the font. So there are the more menu. I have the advanced and others. So I'm going to type home menu or editing. Okay, now let's start. Remember, when you are working with Microsoft Word, before you can do any formatting or editing, it is advisable that you highlight it before you apply a certain function or a certain control. Now, in order to make an effect to home or menu or edit or everything, I need to highlight. I can highlight by pressing Ctrl A to select all, Ctrl A to select everything, or I can click at the left hand side of the text, hold Shift key, then scroll forward to highlight a certain part. So I'm going to highlight home menu, then go back to the clipboard. I have cut, same thing as Ctrl X. I have copy. I can copy it. I have format paint. Before I can use format paint, there should be some certain formatting or character or editing that I've done to a certain text before I can do that. So let's start. I'm going to highlight everything by click and drag. You can click and drag from the left to the right or from the right to the left. Okay, so I'm going to click and drag, then come here to cut. So I've cut it, then come here to paste again. I can paste it, I can paste more, I can paste more. Now, so literally the cut and copy, they are doing the same, but the difference is that when you cut, you can no longer have the text again unless you paste it. But when you copy, you can easily have the text in multiple times. All you need to do is just Ctrl C to copy, or you click this to copy, then you move forward and Ctrl V to paste, or you click paste as well. So there is a small arrow at the bottom side of the paste which is telling you that more option to paste. So you can paste and keep the source format. What is telling you is that you can paste the original format instead of pasting a formatted format, and you can match formatting, and you can paste text only. So we are moving to the font. So before, remember I told you, before you can do anything to a text, you need to highlight the text in Microsoft Word. So I'm going to highlight this. So I'm going to bold it, which is Ctrl B. If I want it to bend, I'm going to click this, italic, so which is Ctrl I. If I want to highlight a certain part, all I need to do is to highlight it first, then underline. If I'm going to underline a certain part, all I need to do is to highlight it, then click Ctrl U or underline. Now beside the underline, you have this small arrow which is giving you more option under the underline. You can change the underline style and this as well as the underline color. So let's change the color, then let's change this to the style. Okay, I'm going to keep the color to automatic, which is black. You can see. So as well, this is the font. So you might be having an instruction that is telling you to change the particular font to so. Now all you need to do is, remember, you need to highlight, then come here to the font style. So these are the list of fonts. So if the instruction tell you to use area, you click on area. So if the instruction asks you to use certain font size, you come here to select the font size. If it's 14, if you are to use for 15, you can click inside and type 15 while you press enter. Okay, now I'm going to click only home. Then here you can increase the font size, and here you can decrease it with this little a. So what is this icon doing is you can change the case. As you can see, all the text in capital letter, so I want to decide to change it to all sentence case. So that means the first word will be in sentence, all in lowercase, you can see. So I can decide to use uppercase or true. I can decide to capitalize each word. So which you can get the same result by pressing Shift plus F3. Okay, so I can decide to use this as well. So that means the first word is going to be small letter, or other word in capital letter. So when you highlight again and click on this, that means you are clearing all the formatting style you have set, clearing all these bold, italics, underline, font and size. When you click it, it will clear it. It has come to default value, which is the calibre and the level. So here, if I want to return all this value without going through all this rest, all I need to do is to highlight this, click on the format painter, then drag over the font, and it will give me this value. So I'm going to color this red, click format painter, do this with it. You can see it has bolded, italize it, and change it to red using the format paint value. So this strike through, how do we use strike through? Remember, before you do anything in Microsoft, you need to highlight. So I've highlighted it, click the strike through. This is where we get an error. Then to undo it, you click to undo it. So I'm going to leave it here. Then here I'm going to have subscript and superscript. What is superscript and subscript? Now imagine you are typing mathematical equation and you need to write s raised to power 2. So you remember in Microsoft you need to highlight before you click on a function. So I've highlighted 2, then I want the 2 to go up. So I'm going to click superscript, or I press Ctrl Shift and plus to take it up, while I press Ctrl plus to take it down, which is subscript. So this is subscript, this is superscript. So let me create Y, then make this subscript. Can you see? Okay, now the cursor is in subscript, then I'm going to take it off of subscript. Then here we have text effect. So it's another way of designing a text. Then I have to click, can you see? So you can select literally all this and give different outline, different reflection, different style. So I'm going to go with this. So let's make it bigger. Okay, then let's come back here, change the outline color. So what is the outline color? Or what you can see out the as the outline of a particular text is the outline color. As you can see, this is more blue, and the shadow, something like the shadow there, is white. So I can say those are the outline color. So remember, you need to highlight it before you do anything. So come back here, let's try to change the outline color to, can you see I have black? I can change it to red. Let's change to red. So the weight, that is the weight of the outline, so can be as big as this. And I'm going to change the color to let me change the color to red. So can you see? So this is another way of designing a text. Now we have a text highlight. So you may have a load of text or a load of paragraph that you want to highlight a particular text. You can highlight it through here. When I click this, it highlights it in yellow. Can you see? You need to highlight it first before you click on it, and you can change the color or remove the color entirely. Now I'm going to put this color. Now this A is giving the user an opportunity to change the font color, which I've been doing so far. So this is giving you an option to select more color. You can use a gradient too. So I'm going to change this to this color. Can you see? Okay, now the next thing that we are going to do here is the paragraph. So what does the paragraph do? The paragraph allows the user to move the text from one point to another, either by default is in the left side, so to the right, to the center, and to justify a text, which means all the side will be equal. The left and the right we have equal margin. So we have bullet. I'm going to start with bullet. The bullet is a list to itemize something. If you want to list something, you can use a bullet. So these are the bullets. Now this bullet can be changed to number or to another style. So remember, when you're working with Microsoft Word, all you need to remember to simply highlight before you implement any task. So I'm going to highlight it, come back to this arrow and select the bullet. Okay, if I didn't need the bullet, I'm going to change it to null. I can select this bullet or this one or this. So, and the list level of this. So that means if I'm going to work with this, when I press tab key after each bullet, is going to change to that, to any of the selected bullet. So I can easily change to number format since I've highlighted it. Then I can change the number format here to ABC or use Roman figure or this, and I can set the number value to start with. So I want to start with number 10. So it's going to start with number 10. Can you see it? So I'm going to this. If I want to use this style of numbering, I can use it as well. All you need to do is to click and start working with it. So the next thing on the line is the indent. So the indentation from this side, literally this is starting from the left hand side. The first line here is the first line indent. So when you want to move the indent, all you need to do is, either in this case you don't need to highlight, but you need to click on the first line indent to move it forward or to move it backward. So that this is what this is doing. And in the case of sorting, if you want to sort a particular text or a particular table or list of order that you want to sort, so this is what sorting is working for. So I'm going to create a list of items in tabular form while we do the sorting. Okay, so I have this list of table, then I want to sort it. All I need to do is to highlight, like I said, then I click on sort. So I'm going to sort by column 2. If I want it to sort by other column, I can set it here. So I'm going to leave it as column 2. So in case of working with ordinary text and not table, then type, I want to sort the text using the paragraph. Then I want to sort in ascending order. So I have a header row, which is the serial number. Those are the header row. So I should have highlighted together. So in this case, let's take the no header row and press OK. So you can see it has been sorted. So you can easily get that through this number that this file has been sorted. So it has to go with 1 2 3. Then I have 1 3 2. So this has been sorted. So here we have the shading. The shading part is a little bit different to the text highlight that we did the other time. So when you want to shade, you are shading a complete part of a paragraph or a complete part of a project or of a page if all highlighted. So if I highlight all this and come to shading, I can click on particular color. You can see the difference between this shading and the text highlight. So the shade, we shade the whole part of a text from the left margin to the right margin, while the highlight, we only highlight the text highlighted and give it a certain color. Can you see it? So here is the border. So how do we go with the border? The border. Okay, here the border. If I want to give border to this particular word, we use it sometimes for a little bit of design for a header. So here, the border is like a table. Now I'm going to put a border here. So come to border, click this, then I can have a bottom border, a top border, a left border. I can have a bottom border, can you see? A top border, a left, a right border, or no border at all border, can you see? So outside, inside border. So here I can draw a table. It is another link to access the table. So I have border and shading menu. So I'm going to put bottom border, then I'm going to access border and shading menu. So this border and shading menu, I can decide to change the border style to this. So there's one thing here about the border is whenever you use a border, you need to click on where to apply it. So this box is checked, which is the button. Click on it in order to apply it. If you are changing the color of the border to a particular color, all you need to do is you still need to click it. So if you are changing the weight of the border, so you still need to click it while applying it. And okay, before I go, we also have page border. So page border is not referring to a particular text or particular paragraph. It's referring to a whole page. So here I have none. I can decide to use box to border all the page. Then I can decide to use art. Is either to select from the list of art here. So you can scroll down to select from the list of the border. So I have this border I can use, or I can change it to this. Okay, I'm going to change it to this apple. Then I can adjust the width by clicking this or increasing or reducing the width of the border. Here there is an option to select that this border should apply to first page only. If you want the border to be on the first page only, or this section only, or the whole document. So I'm going to leave it as the whole document. So I'm going to click on the option. So here, measure from the text to make it full from both sides. Then I can click OK to proceed. I can click OK to make it happen on the page. So you can see I have the border. So here on the style, literally what is style do? It's giving, it's just a way to access the pre-design heading and other design for user to use in order to save time. So if you are working on a project, all you need to do is to know how to work with the heading. So we have normal text which I've been using from the beginning of this video. So we have no space text, then we have head 1, head 2, title and subtitle. So I'm going to start with head 1. So when I click head 1, and this is heading 1, you can see. So here I'm going to use head 2. So I'm going to say this is heading 2. So here I'm going to use head 3. So this is heading 3. Okay, here I'm going to use head 4. Oh, let's go back to head 3 and go back down. Okay, so I'm going to use head 4. This is heading 4. Okay, so up to 5 and other ones. I'm going to use the title. You see I have a big title. So the next I have editing. So I have select. Like I said here, to do anything on Microsoft, you need to highlight it. So this is select up, which literally will work for Ctrl A. I have select objects in order to change the mouse from being a cursor to a mouse in order to click an object. So this is what this is saying. Now then I have select all text with similar formatting and other select option. So that I have find and replace. So if I need to find a particular word from this document, all I need to do is to press Ctrl F or come to the find here and type in what I'm looking for. The system will find it for me, as you can see. So if I'm going to replace, which is Ctrl H, I'm going to press it. Okay, I want to find home and replace it with house. So I'm going to replace everything by clicking replace all. So the system will tell me that it has replaced 5 replacements so far. So thank you. Let's meet in the next video tutorial.